Rolling. You're Hayden. Good.
Hey,
We're rolling.
all right. First things first. Melon, I'm gonna need that back. Thanks so much. Bending it, nice. Immunity. Now, back up for grabs. For today's challenge, you're gonna revisit a couple things that you've seen throughout the season. You're gonna do a series of stations, okay? First person to complete each station is gonna win. Immunity, guaranteed spot in the final four. Here, another minute, okay? All right, we'll get to some of the specifics, okay? So you guys are gonna have a whiteboard, a blank sheet of paper, and a series of questions and answers, okay? And you have this board, pole, and there's a couple different stations, okay? We're gonna start Parkman.
Rolling.
We are rolling. Reel footers ready. Go. You may go to any station you want. You go one at a time. You can bounce around. Aaron opted to look at the quiz. Eric and Melon go on for those blocks. Remember, they can start solving as long as they feel like they have enough. They can keep going if they want to start a foundation. Sam and Danny trying to get some baskets in real quick. Nobody with Parker or Reynolds at the moment. Aaron trying to make some answers. A light jog in the shade. Could eat up some time. Could go ahead and get your tiredness out of the way. No, you cannot use those.
Wait, do we fill out this part or do we do it on the left?
Do it on that.
We do it on this.
Mel's gonna go try to shoot a basket. Mel almost on her first try. Mel gave up after getting a few blocks, trying to spread it out. Sam's got one. Remember, do a blank sheet is what you did to write your number on. Danny went to go look at matchsticks, walked away, didn't even try. Eric's now at matchsticks. Mel was really close. Danny got his first block. A couple people opting to spread out their blocks. Maybe try to keep themselves less tired. Mel is close again, not quite it. Danny's got another block. Aaron was fact checking. Did he get it correct? Doesn't seem like it because he's going over the questions again. How much can you remember? How good are you at the skills that we've done throughout this season? Are you good at counting? Can you balance your blocks? Are you good at memory? Little bits and pieces of the entire season. And it all comes down to right here. And gotta write your answers on your board. Aaron getting stumped by the quiz. 5 questions. Aaron gonna move on, getting frustrated with that. Danny trying to look over. That was not on some different parts, just so you know. I have a whiteboard to help cover answers or to write on. Do whatever you need to with that. Sam's just gonna stick it under her board. Sam has 2 tokens right now. As far as I can tell, Sam is now going to go count. Eric's been counting for a little bit. There are a lot of matchsticks in there. It is going to be difficult to focus on that. There's only one right answer for it. Aaron is now going to shoot baskets. Danny's going to start building a structure. Opting to lay them on their side, on the shorter side, maybe build a little bit more of a foundation. Aaron and Melon still trying to toss that ball in a basket. Melon's moved on. Melon has not grabbed her fire token though. She's gonna have to go back to that and get it. Even though she's already scored. be correct. Eric's gonna go get an answer. Sam has another one. Sam has 3 fire tokens in this challenge already. Sam gonna hide her answers all the way up under the board. Sam gonna go collect blocks now. All Sam has to do is take a quiz, stack some blocks. Sam, I believe, is in the lead right now. Melon's starting to block. Start to block. Sam is back in the block. Sam, already frustrated after 2 trips. Danny's starting to block the stack a little bit more. Opting not to use support blocks, like most people do. Could get a little wobbly. Sam throwing her block in frustration. Mel trying to keep her balance using that bar. Balance everything against it. We found a little bit of a hack in this challenge. Aaron's starting to build a base. Mel maybe about 2 blocks away. 2 blocks height away. Eric trying to go back. Sam just walking right now. Breeze, throwing stuff. Eric's back. Did he get a correct answer?
Yeah.
Eric's a little frustrated now. 7 days in the woods will do that to you. Get you tired. You're thinking right. Eric do the right order of operations with running first before math. A good call. Sam elected to do some of the easier things.
Danny's tower is good.
Danny gets the fire token. Danny's got another one. Aaron writing down some answers, trying to go back to that quiz. Knox is over. Danny, Danny, remember you have to do your questions on your board.
Got it.
You got your questions already up with you.
Josh,
You can only fact
can
check.
it be elite touching the
There's nothing against it, yes.
what?
Yes, they can.
Oh, you're good.
Mel has now gotten another fire token. Mel has completed a few challenges already. Love to win another individual immunity. Mel goes and knocks theirs down. Again, you have to be on your board answering your questions. Damn, still walking, throwing. Aaron has opted not to do the tower at the moment, has given up on that portion. Maybe saving that for last. Eric getting 1 block at a time. Light jog. Aaron's taking his apart. Sam's gonna start building something. Sam gets this. She'd only be 1 fire token away.
All right, so do I write them down or what do I do?
You write your answers down.
On
You
this.
have to fact check with Reynolds.
Sorry.
On this sheet of paper.
Okay, so I
With the questions, you're writing it here and factoring it with him.
was just going to say.
Yeah. You feel like you got the answer. Eric gonna start building a structure. Sam trying to get creative. Using that bar. Couple incorrect answers already. Danny gonna move on. Sam looking like she just needs 1 more. Eric making a very unsteady stack tower right now. Trying to get it going.
Sam's tower is good.
on. Sam in a lead right now. He's got 4 fire tokens. Just needs to do that quiz.
Oh, I did my quiz. What are you talking about? I rolled 4. Oh, here.
Sam has 1 individual immunity.
Finally.
Final 4.
God.
Let's go.
Oh,
Let's go, Sam.
how'd I do that?
What's up?
Good
Good job.
Thank you guys.
Good
Thank
job.
you so much. I appreciate you all.
Good job.
That was all y'all. All your help. Group hug. Thank you all. That's all you're believing in me. I appreciate you all.
Love you. Good job.
Hey, you can't do what?
I
You can't do what, right?
can't do
You can't do what,
I
right?
know.
Yeah.
I'm not crying, y'all. I'm not. We're not gonna cry no more today. Okay. Yeah, I am.
Go ahead and get on.
Cry, girl.
Let's go and get on the mat real quick.
That was tough.
Fucking real felt so goddamn
That was
hard.
tough. I didn't come.
Exactly.
Oh.
Good questions, fuck me.
Yeah.
All right. Sam, congratulations. Come on up. Let's get you immunity.
Woo!
Face the tribe.
You go, girl.
Sam, oops,
Nope, you're good.
you have won a spot in the final 4. You are guaranteed safety tonight. As for the rest of you, one of you will be voted out. Become the next member of the jury. And I'm so sorry about that. You're going to miss the last night of the game. Okay? Head back to camp.
Good job, Sam.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Tribal Council. We'll now bring in the members of our jury. We have Joe, Nay, Leah, Julian, Anthony, Courtney, and Rafa voted at the last Tribal Council. Okay. Eric, last Tribal Council, you had a lot to say, and one of the things you ended up doing eventually was saying, I'm going to vote for Rafa, and you gave your idol over to Aaron. Walk me through that thought process.
We're pretty tight. I thought we were tight even with Rafa. I mean, as everybody knows, when you're playing these games, you form a lot of relationships, and they get complex. And you got complexities that sometimes you're not always understanding what they mean and how they relate to each other or how they're connected. And there's definitely, for me, there was some confusion that we had to speak about afterwards on some of the dialogue and communications that came up during that. And without going on too much further, I wanted to show Aaron that I really did appreciate him and appreciate his feelings and the message that he was putting forward, and showing him that I had confidence with him in our connection.
Aaron, what was your take on Eric's decision there? Did that buy him any sort of goodwill with you, or did you think there were ulterior motives behind that?
Eric is awesome. Did it add any more favor? No. I think ultimately the game is still a game, and the decisions that we have to make depend on everything that has happened up until this point. I do appreciate the gesture, and I do appreciate the conversation that we were able to have. I just have to keep looking forward towards the end of the game.
Melon, Rafa made it pretty clear how he felt about you as a threat in this game at the last tribal. So, although Rafa's no longer here, do you think that his words could still have an impact on this vote?
I don't think so. No. But I am proud of Sam for bodying that challenge.
Yeah.
I wasn't even close. Nowhere near. We would have been there a long time if it was up to me to get the challenge done.
Sam, congrats on winning that individual meter, your first of the season. How proud of you of yourself for that?
I'm extremely proud because I never thought it was going to happen. I thought my win was this morning when I came in second. Like, I thought that was like the best I was going to do for the rest of the season, and pretty proud moment. Definitely proud moment.
You also mentioned last tribal at one point that your name had come up as an option for the next tribal. This is that next tribal, so do you
Now
think...
my name can't be an option.
No, your name can't be, but do you think going to the next round there could still be a target on your back?
Yes, probably more now, just because people are seeing that I'm better at individual like challenges than I am as a team challenge. Because the team challenges are more about strength and endurance, and I suck at that. To where like more of my skill set is kind of just like figuring things out that are like more simpler than putting in a lot of strength.
Danny,
Yes.
last tribal there was a lot of talk about you being one of the names as an option. You ultimately were able to survive. Did you hear your name come up again this round?
No, I have not, and thank God.
Whose names have you heard?
I was like, well, they raised their hands.
Eric, your name is out there. So what have you done to try to make sure that the vote is not going to come down to you?
The truth is, it's really up to Sam and Aaron, and I know they've been thinking a lot on what the past game has been, what the future game will be, what they want it to look like, who they think they can win some of the challenges against, and who they could win against the jury. And it's a tough decision, and Mel and I are very much settled on when we're going and have a great relationship. Doesn't whichever way they decide, so fate's in their hands. I certainly want to argue my case with both of them. I mean, for Sam, it's been a connection from the start of this game, from the run. And Sam had a very challenging start, and I was a big part of that and helping her through that and supporting. So, you know, I'm at the stage where I need to turn around and ask for her support at the end of the game. And I know the pros and cons with pulling me forward are certainly, you know, potentially a stronger threat and challenge for jury votes than potentially Mel might be. But for a challenge, I've been very poorly with challenges on the second half of this game. I started off strong, and the puzzle's not showing up too well, and you just saw what I did there. I had one token, you know, and Sam just killed it. 5 tokens. Eric had 1 token, and I was doing my best. I couldn't even count the matches, which is pretty sad. So that's my pitch to Sam. For Aaron, it's really about building up a relationship and understanding that we do have connections, that we do have support for each other, and that's kind of establishing that it's true. And I think that's the hardest thing with playing this game, is what is true. And so often we're not being told what's true, but a false lie that masks, you know, the true heart. And it's hard to put those two together sometimes in this game, where you're lying to people you love because you want to have an opportunity to keep moving forward. And that's what everybody has done here. And if you can't do that, you don't play these games, because you're going out first boot, second boot. You got to be able to adapt and move. And the one way I've been able to play this game is to adapt and move. I drew a lot of connections with a lot of people here in ways that I fully have more so developed in communications with others. I mean, I got Quality here, Quality Inn, who I saw at the end. We didn't speak, but what a bond you can have with somebody when you finally catch up with her, when you interview her in the Eclipse and realize that's a great person, I want to meet them. And we formed a really tight, I'm not pitching to Mel, but you know, this is what this game's about. And I did the same thing with Courtney at the boathouse. You know, I didn't know anything about Courtney, but we, I think, got a true bond together there and developed into the game. I realized how super smart she was and probably playing me to the bone, but it felt good at the time, like we had something going, until it went until it exploded. So I'm doing my best to try to play this game truthful to the best, with some lies, because you can't not lie. I don't know how you can't not lie, and develop myself as a player, and develop that I want to be a person that is represented in this game for a player who wants to win.
Mel, what about you? You were the other person who raised their hand as the target. Why should you stay and not Eric in this case?
I don't want to necessarily pitch why I should stay. I have to have faith in the people that have told me things. I honestly didn't even know, I didn't think that I would even get this far. I thought that I would maybe be the first boot of the season. But the reason I made it this far is because I was loyal to the people who I said I was going to be loyal to, and I trusted the people who told me that they were going to be loyal to me. And I still trust them right now.
Aaron, you made a point at the last tribal talking about how you didn't feel your gameplay was stifled, you feel like you weren't able to make your own decisions. Eric, at least from his reception, sees you as one of the decision makers. So do you feel like you have been able to take some power back with your vote?
Yeah, I mean, this season is not necessarily about being a dreamer or being a doer. It's about being decisive, and so that's something that I'm trying to do in the moments as we approach the end of the game.
Sam, what criteria do you have for making a vote like this at the end of the game? What are you ultimately going to base your vote on?
It's a couple things. It's really hard. One, obviously jury management, and two, who do I want to sit up with in the final three? Is it the strongest players of the game, or is it the players that I know my story can outbeat? It's a very hard place to be in. It's kind of crappy in the final five to make that decision. It's tough. I'm still like sitting here racking my brain, going back and forth.
Well, you'll have to make that decision soon.
I know.
Because
can we sleep on it?
no. That's all the questions I had. Now, if there's anything else any of you would like to say, address the group or anyone in particular, this could be your last chance you have to do so. Okay, time for talking is done. Josh, you ready? All right. We're actually going to go ahead and get started with the vote. This time we'll start in the back with Aaron.
Rolling.
All right, everyone. Once the vote's read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Mel.
Love Eric.
Eric. Vote Mel. One vote Eric. Eric. 2 votes Eric. 1 vote Mel. Next person votes Ryan Reelfoot, Dreamers versus Doers, and the next row our jury. Eric. Eric. That's 3 votes. That's enough. And you bring me your torch.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You cover it. Take it. Go, okay? I never even wore my boots. Eric, the tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go. You can. You guys are truly awesome. I wish each and every one of you the best of luck, and I'm going to cheer for each and every one of you. Represent, go hard, do this, be a winner, because you all are winners anyways up here.
All right, Eric, 5th place. What's the reaction here?
I had expected that. I think the prior play, I wish there was more information put forward. Would have put me in a better standing with the last 2 votes. But I get it, and the problem is with this game, it moves fast sometimes, and sometimes you can believe something's happening, think something's happening, but if you aren't communicating it, it's not getting fully understood to everybody. But anyways, I love the game. I love what was played. It's a shame they're not looking to put the best players in the finish, in the finale here. I think they blew it. I think what we really need is players to represent, and they actually just squashed that down. So instead we have a cast, the final group, that's not really bearing the weight of what should really represent this season, unfortunately. But anyways, they're strong players. It's going to be fun to watch them finish it off, but we need a season to represent the players.
So, of the people left, who do you think is the best representative?
So, of the final remaining, the only one that I think has a good representation is Erin. I mean, I love Sam, but she's got to come forward and step up and show some more grit. She obviously did in that challenge, which was amazing, so she's got to continue that going in the next few challenges that are coming up tomorrow. That's really going to help me decide whether I'm going with her or Erin for my vote. Erin, I think, has got to be a little more communicating. I think that last session with him questioning and throwing out his thoughts is great, but if you're not discussing it with the people you have concerns with or thoughts about what they're thinking, it's not representing or understanding the true feelings that are going there. So I think I'd like to have further discussion with him on that, and I'll see how he finishes playing the game. But in terms of him representing, I think what he shows is the comeback kid. You know, he was voted out early in a boot. I was with him the whole way, supporting him, helping him build up his confidence, which he did, and I think that's what we saw with Erin. Not that he was winning challenges, but that he came in, quick boot in a prior, built up his confidence, made some smart moves, stayed with the right people, got his way to the final, and hopefully win in the final. I think he will get a lot of votes from the jury, because to be honest, the other players are going to be very weak for voting for.
Thinking outside the game or any live game, what do you think you've gained personally from this?
So I've gained a lot from this, and a lot of it is, there's a few things. One, how to be a better player of these games. There's a lot of things you have to do right and can easily screw up, and that's one is being very versatile, being able to adapt, and sometimes I think we're stuck in a certain pattern of movement. We need to be able to adjust and move and go to different directions. And I think if we get frozen in one way, which I did at one point and I wasn't able to adapt, you may not move forward. But really, I think what I developed in this game, I have played a couple other games last year and the year before, is that communication is so important. Building bonds with people is so important. In fact, I think that way has more weight than winning challenges.
Any final thoughts?
You all should play Reelfoot. This is the game of all games. What a production staff. Awesome game, awesome play, awesome venue. Sneak in some food if you can. That's the only thing I'd say.
Beautiful.